I feel like I must have dislocated my shoulder, or at least there is some condition with my shoulder that makes it like more easy to dislocate. Because one reason I actually have not been to the gym in a while was there was this one incident, and Connor was there. And and I don't think we've ever talked about this, but so we were pumping some weights, and I believe I was doing like a shoulder press with like free weights. I don't know if that's what it's called.
Yeah,
we were doing shoulders.
We were doing shoulders. And I remember it was like my last rep. Okay, it was like we're doing a few sets of 10, and it was like I was on set 9, and Connor was like, "Come on, bro, you gotta push it. Come on, push it. You can do it." And I'm like, "All right, bro, I got this." And I push it, and then I don't know what happened, but for some reason I just lost all of the strength on my left arm.
Right.
And then so I'm lying down, right?
So you're normally like kind of holding beneath it.
So
fast as well.
Yeah. So suddenly I just lost all of the weight on my left arm, and my left arm just goes like that.
Right.
And it landed this close to my dick. And I was this close to just not having children because I
mean, it's funny, but you say it now, and it was funny, but at the time it was like, there's a lot of weight that you just dropped on his leg. Like, it's pretty fucking bad. I was like, holy fuck.
Crushed your
I don't know if Connor saw if I dropped it on my leg or my dick, but I remember seeing Connor's face to be like, oh my fuck! Did I just see my mate?
His dick is gone.
Yeah, did I just see my mate lose his lineage right there? Like
the bloodline ends here. Because I was like, you're there and you're trying to help hold the weight shift because you can't do it. And you're like, oh my god! It was like, realize how important it was to be better at this because it was so fast.
Yeah,
it was like because normally you see like shaking and then you kind of like kind of grab it, but it was like. Just boom, like that.
It was just instant. And to this day, I think my shoulder slightly got dislocated because it didn't hurt or anything. It just like all that happened was just like it just lost all strength, fell down, and then I could move it again. So I'm pretty sure my shoulder just got dislocated slightly or something.
Maybe it was like
else.
a medical expert.
We're not medical experts.
Don't self-diagnose.
But it felt kind of weird,
Yeah, because I've never dislocated anything myself, but I've seen people dislocate joints. But I feel the reactions are always varied. Yeah. Like some people I've seen where it's like,
I have no idea.
Holy fuck! Like this looks really painful. Like you think they might have broken something, and then other ones that just like it's a slight inconvenience. Like they just got a splinter in them or something. Because I remember like one that fucking traumatized me, and this is like the day I stopped playing rugby. I was in high school and we were playing just in the schoolyard. I think I was like 16, 17, something like that. And like it's Australia, so like we love playing rugby. Yeah. And so we were like, all right, let's split up into 2 teams, in the year. And we had this one kid in our year called Victor.
Okay.
Dutch dude, right?
Okay.
We're like 16 years old. This guy is 2 meters and 20 centimeters.
What?
Big boy.
How is he allowed to play rugby with the normal kids?
Big fucking boy, right?
That doesn't feel fair.
Like 100 plus kilos, like built like a brick shit house. But like
at 16?
It's 16.
Bro, it's a Backy character. Yeah. He doesn't belong in your school.
Like imagine Hanaya Makoto without the scars. That's what he looked like, right?
Jesus.
But everyone was cool with him because he was massive, but he was a real gentle giant. Yeah. Like, never hurt a fly.
You have to be.
Yeah, you have to be, right? So we were like, all right, well, when you play rugby, you obviously want the brick shit house in your team.
Yeah.
So we had him on our team, and we were like, well, okay, you're the big boy.
I'm not playing rugby against that guy.
So I was like, all right, you're the big boy. You can be a forward. And there was this other kid, I forgot his name, but like he was, one of the cocky bastards in our year. He was like a little bit good at rugby, and he's like, yeah, I can take him on. Mm-hmm. Whatever, fucking 2 meters 20. Who gives a shit? I can take him on.
Yeah.
So I remember the other guy got the ball, and he's standing in front of Victor, and Victor's like, all right, I have to stop. I have to stop him. Okay.
Why is he Russian?
I can't do a Dutch accent.
Oh, he had a Dutch accent.
Yeah, he had a Dutch accent because he emigrated to Australia from the Netherlands.
Right.
So he had this Dutch accent. He's like, I have to stop him. Okay. And you're holding the ball, and the guy's hand is out like this.
Okay.
To try and maybe like push him out of the way. But this other guy was a little bit smaller than the usual.
Yeah.
Right? Especially compared to fucking Mr. Massive Giant over here.
Yeah.
So what he does is he thinks, okay, I can bulldoze him. So he runs straight towards him with his hand out like this.
Right.
And then there's like this point of impact, and then he falls on his ass, drops the ball. And everyone's like, oh, wow, dude, you just got absolutely dunked. And everyone starts laughing. And he's like, yeah. And he lifts his hand up, and his wrist is just completely like down. His hand is down here.
Gross.
It's just completely dislocated.
That's
but like,
nasty.
And everyone thought, oh my God, you just got your wrist snapped. Like,
Yeah.
it's broken.
Yeah.
But he was just like, well, I don't feel anything though. So it turns out his whole wrist just got dislocated.
Oh my
but he was
God.
like, it doesn't hurt or anything.
Yeah.
But I looked at it, I was just like,
Yeah, you can't look at that shit.
oh, like, oh. And what he did was he just was like, all right, yeah, I'm going to go to the hospital, and just walked off.
Well, if it doesn't hurt, it's
Yeah.
like, after you probably get over the shock of it, you're probably like,
Yeah.
all right, well, I mean, I
It's
guess.
starting to settle in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. You know,
I
either
guess
my-
so.
Guess
Either
it's just my life now.
Yeah, either my hand's going to be like this.
So maybe
Yeah.
if it's like completely dislocated, then you lose. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Is there any anything?
Depends on the type of fall.
Depends on the type.
Depends on
Yeah.
the type.
It seems
yeah.
like there's a lot of variation in it.
It
Yeah.
must be because ever since that happened, ever since I almost lost my entire bloodline, my shoulder's never quite been the same. It's like
Did you ever go and get that checked out?
Yeah, you should probably go get that checked out, dude.
probably should.
This is like my friend in my high school. He playing cricket, and obviously, if you've ever played cricket, sorry, Americans, or I guess. Yeah, just Americans.
Everyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless all the Indian fans are like, I've ever played cricket.
Indians, Australians, British unite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the ball goes pretty fucking fast.
Oh, yeah.
And it's the cricket ball. It's like a baseball, but harder.
It's a cement block.
It's very, and I feel like making school kids play this sometimes is a horrible idea. And he was a very stoic type kind of kid anyway. Like, he didn't really get fazed by a lot. And he was very much into Boy Scouts and all that stuff. And every weekend he's like, yeah, I just eat dirt and climb mountains and, do extreme sports. And he was like, I don't know, whatever.
The things those Boy Scouts do.
Chads do. And one time he tried to catch the cricket ball with his hand and it went wrong, and it only like his finger kind of clipped it. But it like, instead of like pushing it back, it kind of like made his finger here go like this, and so it was kind of like fucked. And he was like, yeah, it really hurts, but I think I'm just gonna leave it. And then he tried to bend it back and like didn't have much success with that. And then eventually he just left it. And after a few months he was like, yeah, it's fine. But every time he held up his hand, his finger was like a little bit bent there. And he just left it like that. And I assume to this day it's still like that, because he just never got it. Like a months later, he never got it like checked or anything. He was just like, yeah, it's fine.
Or, he's like, oh, this is my identity now.
Typing must be a nightmare, but
Or really easy. It's like, I can reach the enter key really easily with my middle finger now.
You can reach 2 keys at once now, Holy shit. Fucking fivehead. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
when you forget how easy it is to get injured doing very mundane things, but also sports as well. You often forget. But then I guess you also can't. I feel like a lot of the time being like worrying about getting injured in these kind of things, and these freak accidents, like, well, I mean, you still got to live your life and do some things.
I think I've realized recently, because you know how this, like, when you reach your 30s, that's when your body is just like, your free trial has ended.
Yeah.
We are going into the paid
Free trial has ended.
Yeah, your
Okay,
free trial has
okay.
ended.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of what it feels like, because
Well, it's because you're smaller, you're lighter. If you fall or get hit, often
Yeah.
the impact isn't as bad as, say,
Yeah.
like falling.
So, like, when I went to Thailand, this last time, is like such a fucking minor little thing, but it was such a big, I guess, wake up call for me. As someone now 32, so it's all I did was I was sitting on one of those plastic chairs that we had at the wedding. And obviously this plastic chair had obviously taken a little beating. I didn't know that. So all that happened was I sat down, plastic chair broke, and I fell on my ass.
That hurts.
That hurts.
Yeah. And there is like concrete ground on the patio on my garden in Thailand. So such a minor, stupid little thing. But like, as soon as it happened, I fell down and I landed a bit awkwardly on my tailbone. And I was like, it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry. It's fine.
Fight through the pain.
It's all I did was just sit on my ass. It's all good.
Yeah.
So like one day passes, I wake up next day and it's pretty painful, and I'm like, oh. Do I go see a doctor? Do I not? No, I'll see. Let me just hope that it's nothing serious. I'm praying to God that this I'm not going to get like not a life threatening, but just like an injury that an annoying little injury that sticks
it's really
with you.
easy to I think break or bruise that bone.
Yeah, yeah, it is. So it's like different severities, and so a week passes and. Still hurting a little bit.
Oh no! And so, I'm getting old, dude.
So I'm like, bro, all I did was just fall on my ass. How is this hurting for a whole week? And then I had to fucking Google it, and I was like, if you fall on your tailbone, what are like the consequences of that? Because I wasn't exactly in like searing pain. I don't think it was broken. It was just minor discomfort every single day, and I'm just like. I swear to God, if this sticks for me because I sat on the wrong fucking seat, I'm gonna be so fucking angry at God. Like I've been avoiding injuries like my entire life, and all it takes is one fucking plastic chair.
Yeah,
and I can't believe that chair just gave you a perma debuff.
My entire life, like no broken bones, no major injuries versus one plastic.
Wait, does it still hurt now?
Thankfully, 3 weeks later, it is
3 weeks.
Yeah, 3 weeks later.
Jesus.
Yeah, maybe you bruised it.
Yeah, you must have bruised it.
I think I bruised it, but 3 weeks later, thankfully now it is gone. But it was such like a wake up call to me that at my age, just the stupidest thing can have long lasting consequences, even if it's not something you think of, like a stupid fucking plastic.
Well,
chair.
I mean, it's it's like freak accidents that like you don't know if you just hit something at the perfect angle where something way worse could happen than it would to anyone else in the same situation.
For
1,000 times over. So I feel like worrying about it is like.
Yeah, I know. Worrying about it is
and also, hey, if it is the chair that does you in, that's how it is, man. At least you're not one of the 10 people who die from vending machines a year or something.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
that feels like what the hell?
Exactly.
So 10 people? Wait.
Something like there's X amount of people die every year at vending machines.
There are more people in Japan who die of getting crushed by a vending machine than of shark attacks. Isn't that fucked up?
That kind of makes sense because I feel like there's way more vending machines.
I have more chance of beating up a shark than a vending machine.
I can fight off a shark. I can't fight off a falling vending machine though.
A filled Pocari Sweat vending machine, I'm done. It's falling on me. I'm dead.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that just makes sense statistically considering how many like the vending machine ratio to person ratio in Japan. Versus like sharks in Japan.
It made me realize, talking about that kind of stuff and like little injuries, that like I find that I don't know if I feel this way, but like I feel like because I got hurt so much as a kid doing sports and dumb stuff that I don't know if it's like perspective or what, but like I feel like when I fall or get hurt in things now, it doesn't. I mean, it hurts more than when I was a kid, obviously. But I'm like, I don't worry about it too much. Whereas maybe if some of my other friends try, like, say, skiing or something for the first time, and they haven't had that experience of falling on their ass in a long, long time, it's like, oh, okay. Yeah, this shit fucking hurts. And then maybe they take it not as well as maybe you would if you've had a lot more experience falling over. I don't know if that's how it works, but it feels that way. Like, I feel like if you've had that experience where you've been used to it a lot, especially it's like skiing where you're used to falling over a bunch or snowboarding, it's like, all right, well, it doesn't bother me as much when it happens when I'm an adult.
Yeah.
Right.
But when you see someone doing it for the first time as an adult, falling over, like, oh my God, this is a lot.
Yeah.
Especially when you're first time ever falling as an adult, you're like, all right, you're like 6 foot. Maybe you're like 200 pounds. That's a lot of weight.
It's further to fall as well, right?
Further to fall.
To a kid.
Yeah.
Well, I remember like the one of the ski trips we went on last year. Most falls I was like completely fine.
One or two of them will get you there.
Yeah. And I remember this one fall, and it was a pretty bad fall, and I fell over, and I was just laying down, and it was like it felt like my entire body was winded.
That happens. That
and
sucks.
I knew that I didn't position my legs in the right way that I knew I should have to kind of like make the fall better. So I had this oh shit moment where I'm like, I know I've completely fucked up that fall, and my body's still in shock. Did I do anything actually serious. And
I think I actually remember witnessing that fall because it was on like the last day, right?
Yeah.
I remember witnessing that fall from I was like chilling at the bottom of this slope, and I was chilling in the cafe with I think Luke, and I was like, okay, seeing all the boys coming down because I think you guys went for like another round or something, right?
Yeah.
And I was just chilling, and in the distance, I'm like, oh, there's Gant. All right, he's coming down. Oh, he's going a little bit fast, and then you just eat shit.
Yeah.
Right. And I got worried because you just didn't move. Like, it's like usually when you witness someone falling on a slope, right? Usually, they kind of move around, they pick themselves back up immediately, and you're like, all right, he's good. He just fell, it's whatever.
Walk it off.
Yeah, you can just walk it off. But I knew like something was like happening because Gant did this tumble. It wasn't even a fall, it was like a tumble. He did like a full flip, and you're just like lying face down in the snow, not moving an inch. And I'm like, oh my God, he's dead. Like I just witnessed the death. And I'm chilling here with a coffee, just like watching this shit happen.
Yeah.
And you were on the ground for like a good 5 minutes or so, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, it fucking hurt, but also part of that was just me trying to psych myself up to be like, am I paralyzed now? Have I broken any bones? I kind of want to check, but I kind of don't, just in case. Just like these might be my last moments of like freedom from any major injuries, and I want to maybe savor this moment. And then I was like, all right, I can move my legs, thank God.
Yeah. I'm good.
I'm fucking good.
Jesus.
Yeah, it can be scary.
Yeah.
It's very easy to injure yourself. I think it's easy to forget that skiing and snowboard and stuff like that are pretty dangerous.
Oh,
So
yeah.
like, wow, there's fun activities and beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.